When they see me as someone oppressed, someone conservative, someone who is backward or not modern, someone who is being forced to do this, forced to wear this. Uh, well, for them, I just have one thing. गलत फहमी ना पालिएगा कम निगाही की, गलत फहमी ना पालिएगा कम निगाही की, ये चश्मा नजर का नहीं धूप का है. Hi everyone, salam. I'm Roshni Misbah, just a student like you guys. I study in Jamia Millia, Delhi, an Arab Islamic culture student and a biker, an exhaust lover, a bike enthusiast, and recently I've started out with track racing. So it goes back to class 9th when I first rode a motorcycle, and it was all very thrilling, you know. I never rode a scooty before, so I just hopped onto a motorcycle and started riding it by watching all those YouTube videos, and I certainly crashed. After riding it, I told my friends and family and everyone, now I need a motorcycle and I want to ride a motorcycle. Please get me a motorcycle. So everyone, some of them smiled, some of them laughed, while others said, oh no, this is not for girls. And you know what my relative said? Tauba, tauba, you cannot do this. So back then, the dream motorcycle was the cult Royal Enfield, as they say in Punjabi, Bolt. I wanted to ride it, and okay, I was 20 kgs less than what I am today. So everyone used to say, no, वो भारी होती है, वो नहीं चलेगी तुमसे. Don't go for a Royal Enfield. Go for a smaller bike or go for a scooty. But I wanted to go for a Royal Enfield only. I asked my dad. He said, no, you are not still legally aged to ride a motorcycle. So that way, my dream of riding a motorcycle just crushed, and I thought maybe I cannot ride a motorcycle again now, or I can only ride my friends' motorcycles. Okay. While Royal Enfield was considered to be the heaviest and the best motorcycle until and unless John Abraham came up with Dhoom and popularized Hayabusa. So now I started saying, Dad, I need a Hayabusa. However, I have never seen it ki Hayabusa dikhti hai, you know, I need a Hayabusa. He said, okay, this way. And so I was quite, dependent upon other people for motivation. I hail from a family of Islamic scholars, Hafiz, Alims. So it is very obvious that I was being held back. That no motorcycle for you. We are supposed to cover ourselves and not go out. So way back in 2015, somewhere in November, I was going through a personal turmoil, where I started getting health issues, skin issues. Life was just sinking in, and I had a problem with my back that I couldn't stand for long. And I still do have it. So, okay, now I wanted to do something so that I can come out of this phase. The depression was so deep that I didn't go out of my house for 3 months. And 3 months is a quite long time. Now my dad could see that, yes, I'm going into deep depressions and my health is going down. So he said, okay, do one thing, go for masters. I just completed my graduation in 2015. And he said, go for masters. And he said, I'll send you to Australia. I said, okay, I'll go to Australia. And then I read about Jamia Millia and this course, Arab Islamic culture, which I was quite interested in. So I filled in the form, and I bluffed my dad, actually. I said, Dad, if I get admission in Jamia, you're getting me a bike. He was like, okay. He thought, hoga to nahi, theek hai. So I got admission in Jamia. I didn't go to Australia, and I asked him for a bike because if I use metro or a car, it would take 1.5 hours from my place to Jamia. And by bike, it takes only 30-35 minutes, and now only 20 minutes. So uh, I got my first motorcycle finally, and I realized that by hopping onto a motorcycle and started riding it, I was in my own zone. It was completely a different feeling that I have never got. And I started enjoying motorcycling. I used to ride with some groups or just a small ride till India Gate. And it used to be a daily ride. I wouldn't even skip a day. And if I skip a day, I used to feel like, oh, it's such a boring day. Or I don't know. I was so my mom used to say, you used to do घर का सारा काम पहले and now you are not doing anything. I'll take your keys. कुछ भी होता है हमारा आप सबका मोबाइल लेते हैं ना मेरी चाबी ले लेते हैं वापस बाइक की keys. So I had this little cruiser at that time. So within 3 months, what actually happened? I had an accident because I was very new. I was still learning. And I was on a highway. It was an empty highway. I was speeding with some fast bikers, with some fast sports bikes, without even knowing how to brake at a high speed, without ABS, without disc brakes. That is when a dancing splendor came. And I misjudged it or what. I just collapsed with the other biker. And the next 30 seconds, I don't really remember what happened. I just know my bike just flew like this. My friend's bike flew. I was on the road. And alhamdulillah, I was wearing good gears. So, थोड़ी सी चोट लगी अंदर injuries. Okay, उस time कुछ नहीं पता लगा. I got up. I said, bring my bike. I'm taking my bike. I saw the mud guard, the leg guard, everything was crushed. And next day, it was my birthday. I have still not told my parents about it, and I think after this they'll get to know. So my dad was off to Ladakh at that time. So I came back home, I covered my bike, and the next day when I woke up, I was barely able to walk, but somehow I hopped onto my bike again, went to the service center, got it serviced, changed all the parts, and for the next 15 days, I was not riding above 40 km per hour. I was so scared. But after 15 days, you know what my speed was? I was overconfident, not just confident, overconfident, riding at 100 in Delhi. So this way, I went to dad and I said, no, now I'm getting overconfident with the bike. I think I need that bolt. So he said, Dekh lo, iske baad I won't let you buy a new bike. Because that bike was a new one and my dad already had a bullet. So I just sold it in 3.5 or 4 months and upgraded to a bullet. Started riding it. Again, it was a good experience. I sensed that after that accident, I feel I started self-motivating myself. I didn't depend upon someone else to motivate me. Because when you are doing something, that should make sense to yourself first. So society was still saying something. Yeah, someone just called my dad and said, how will she get married now? She's riding a motorcycle. I was like, okay. And you know what my dad replied? He said, no problem. कोई motorcyclist ढूंढ देंगे इसके लिए. So that is where I thought ki, yeah, now that my family is with me, I was very lucky in this matter that my family is with me. So I upgraded. Now again I upgraded. I upgraded to a little CBR and I have this. This is a sports bike. Okay, I am short in height. I'm just 5'2", and I wear these heeled boots. So I'm always on toes on any bike, be it a cruiser, be it a sports bike. I was very scared in riding it, but somehow, and then when I started riding it, I felt that, yes, now this is something that I can control. And riding in speed on roads is not done. You need to get onto the tracks. So that is when, first time, I participated in the Jigsaw Cup, in which I was the only girl from North India to participate with some 300 boys. And you see, our bike has a speed limit, but there is no limit onto the road to the success. So when my friends, now all my previous friends and everyone those I left, they started calling me up, and I became a little famous to be known as the hijabi biker. But I don't call myself a hijabi. Hijab is a wide concept. Hijab is not just covering your head. It is a very wide concept covering your body, lowering your gaze, etc., etc. So this way, and now I wanted to upgrade to a super bike, of course. I wanted to ride a 600cc or 1800cc. Currently, I'm riding a 1800cc Intruder. So that is where again, the society came up, and all my cultural barriers came up, and I just thought I don't need to listen to them now. You can always be religious, you can always follow your culture, but do not let the cultural barriers come in. Everyone who knows me never really did they thought that I am going to do this or I'm going to be a biker someday. But you see, be somebody nobody thought you could be. Thank you.